Those is flaky stuff. Might be a little bit of residue from that super glue. Just want to scrape it off. It might also seep in inside as well, which is fine. Let's see what the inside looks like. I don't want to put too much pressure on my wire there. I was tugging it a little bit again. Gotta be careful, remember. They're just strands of wire. Even though there's 3 of them now, it's better than 1. I'm just gonna take this guy off. Hopefully it doesn't leave a sticky, you know how cheap tape do. They leave that sticky film residue. Alright. Try to get all at once together. I might not be able to. I might have to rip it in 2 pieces. Alright, get from the top then. Not bad. There you go. It's nice clean. You can see where our dirt is. I'll go and see if I can take my little shop rag, clean it, clean the area. I think it's already cured already. The adhesive. I would say we use silicone for quite a bit of stuff area to help reinforce wires. You know, but mainly I think the tie strap is doing it. But it does help it though. It builds a little gunk there. But it does attract dirt still. It doesn't attract it, but dirt will fall near it. Okay. So there we go. Not bad, huh? Not bad at all. Looked almost good as new. Almost. Oh, other than those white scratches though, I hate. That's plastic. As long as it doesn't break, we're good. You can see this right here start. The super glue started. Super glue does kind of warp your plastic a little bit. There's certain, I guess, chemical reaction to it. But let's check out the inside. Inside looks pretty damn good. I think wherever super glue did lay low, it has that extra. There we go. So I think it's gonna be pretty damn strong now. There's no more jilting. See a inspection elsewhere where it could have gone. Don't want to actually fix one thing and still have the little bump here show signs of crack or anything. So I think the best thing to do is put a little screw in there. Just kind of wiggle it. See if I can catch it to come. Oh look. See this side here? Also is kind of loosened. Right there. So right there, see that? Not only just this part is actually getting weak, but this one's getting weak. So we're going to try to see if we can squeeze. I'm going to tilt this like this. While I squeeze some super glue on this side as well. So there you go, we caught something there. So you definitely want to do a thorough inspection. Let's get our super glue out of here. And let's finish up on this one before we give it a rest. Same thing we're going to do. Just try to open it up so the super glue will go in and absorb, do its thing. So I can bring it in closer. So we need our razor blade. So you gotta hold it upright. That way you and I both can see it. Okay, you can see there. There's that weak area too. Any sign that the white area is always the weakest area. So what we're going to do is use our super glue, and then we're going to hopefully get the bolts on there to shake it up a little bit. First of all, let me focus where the bolt is. Okay, there we go. See that? See a little white area there? That's not a good thing right there. See that? It's saying, hey, hello, hello. I'm gonna be cracking soon. No, you're not. If I can help you. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to drop our super glue. I'm angling it this way so gravity will hopefully swirl it back for us to help us a little bit. See, there we go. Just concentrate on this top area for now. Smells really bad. Okay. Okay. Got plenty there. And then what I'm going to do is take my bolt here. I could just take anything. I can even do this one. There we go. I'll use my extension here. Okay, what I'm going to do is just kind of give it a tug this way. That way the super glue actually goes in. Starts making the bond. Now, before he can make the bond, we need to actually push him in there. So we're going to push the super glue almost like we're sculpting. Just helping the super glue go in there. We'll take the pressure off in a little bit. You don't want to actually play with this too long because you don't really have that much time, probably less than 10 seconds or 30 seconds at most, and I think we're way overdue. There we go. Then what we're going to do is apply some pressure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Just, hold it for a while. If you don't want to count, just kind of remember. Try to, hold it for at least 2 minutes. Give it a good push. You see I'm putting pressure on it with my thumb, pushing down on it. And I'm hoping that will actually, for one thing, the super glue that we put in there, and we open it up for the super glue to go in. Now it's bonding. Oh, see my thumb gets stuck. Alright. So there we go. That one's solved. And I think when it does crack like this, see this one right here? This side doesn't have any of the white cracks or anything that we looked at. But at the same time, since we have it here, we might as well do a little cleanup. We'll scrape the super glue evenly so it can also come on this side so it doesn't look like, there we go. So not only did we fix the main circle that was actually broken, but the very thread itself that was actually also pretty much its integrity was in jeopardy. So this is good enough. You don't have to wipe off this one. You can just let it hard like this. It's fine. Let it just build. It looks kind of a little wet right now. It's probably gonna take less than a minute to really harden entirely. But in the meantime, we did put the pressure on there that we needed. And now instead we closed up our super glue. And we are done with this guy. You can see which one that doesn't have any problem. Looks like this guy right here. You can see his difference here. He doesn't have any integrity issue. He's just a good boy. See that? He doesn't move. He doesn't try to crack a smile. Nothing. He's just stiff. He's one solid piece. That's what we tried to prefer doing this way, but unfortunately we couldn't. So we had to actually shape it to adhesive. Just still trying to scrape off the sticky residue from the top here. You can also take some sandpaper afterwards and really, give it a good scrub. But right now it's still wet, so I don't want any sand debris on it, so we'll just leave it the way it is here. Yeah, these plastic pieces are vulnerable. They're supposed to be made to really secure itself when it actually has multiple points of secure hold, not just relying on 2 bolts. That's why I really wanted to focus on getting that front cover on there, because it was the same situation with the nozzle. If it was starting to get too much pressure, someone just came by and yanked its front cover a little bit, it would have broke pretty much the same area there. It wouldn't broke where the center washer would have been. It would broke exactly where the washer would have not been. There we go. Just can't stand this little flickering area. I'm not sure if it's part of the glue light. Okay, there we go. I scraped them off. There we go. Let it harden. When it's hardened, it's probably going to stay looking like it's wet, but it's not. If you scrape it right now, it's probably just going to turn white, create a big of a mess. But yeah, it's not going anywhere. I can't push anymore. It's not cracking the more smiles. So that was it. So there we go. We got now the integrity somewhat back. Before it was what, at a 50-50 integrity. Now we probably brought it back up to at least a 95 plus, if not close to 100%, back to its normal integrity there. So we shouldn't have any problem. And if you did a good job, you'll see a little bit of the super glue sap come through the other end. But if you don't, then that's still okay, because at least it got probably 90% of its fill in the body there. Oh yeah, I do see a little bit there on the little sap area. So it was good. Yep. Yeah, I see a little bit. You see a little bit of shiny gliss. That's actually part of the super glue coming from the back end there. You can see a little bit shiny of the gliss. Let's see if we can see it from this side. Probably can see it better if I. Let me see. Let me get this guy out of here. So let's see here. It's kind of hard to see. It's black on black, but it's turning white now. But see there? So that's some of the white residue from the super glue. But yeah, you can see there. It's hard to see, but yeah, it's turning white now. That's just part of the super glue. I don't want to flex it too much yet. It's still in the cure phase. You know, for it to fully probably cure well, you probably want to give it at least 24 hours before you try to apply force on it. But all around, it looks good. That was one of the weak areas I was concerned about going forward. So we got that guy resolved. Let's go and move on to our main project demo here. Alright, so here we go. We're going to put this guy aside. We'll let him rest. Put him with the chair here. Hopefully no one yanks the chair from underneath him then. So we might not want to interlock latch him. So let's just leave him floating like this, really. So in case someone pulls the chair, he's not going to go flicking off like this way and that way. So we'll put the bulbs. So I put this bulb here. Okay. See, there's the results here of our other one that we did. Didn't too bad a job. Creates a little hardened gel here which protects the insulator. It's not pretty, I'll be honest, but it's better than having a wire break on you. It just needed a little bit rubber insulator, just like the one that came with, like this. So this is good. Alright, so let's do this while we have this already open. Let's go and hit this with a little bit of carb cleaner and get all these little spatula paint off of them, which should be pretty easy. We could probably even scrub some off because these things are stainless. Well, not stainless, sorry, they're aluminum. So let's see here, they're treated aluminum. See that? I can't even rub it off. See if I can rub it off again so you can see it. See that? See if I can get my nail in there and start. No, I'm actually mostly doing more damage to the surface. See that? I can't really even scrape it with my, you know, I call it my acrylic nails. Okay, see that? I can't. I mean, if I take a razor blade to it, or even a plastic one, yeah, I can do it a little bit here. Comes off. But it's so much easier just to spray this stuff here. I think even brake cleaner will probably do it. Electrical parts cleaner. There we go. Brake pads. Let's see if this guy can take it off. Pretty damn simple. What's all this nasty splat here? I had no idea where it came from, to be honest with you. Golly. That pretty gruesome. Let me wipe it off. I don't even know. Things come up and I don't even know where they came from. Look at that. It came right off. I'm not sure. That's just nasty. Alright, so let's go ahead and clean it up a little bit. This is brake parts cleaner. Gonna give it a spray. Got a little bit on my tire there, but that's fine. See that? That way, a little bit of that goes a long way, because that easily wipe it. So you don't need that throttle body cleaner or car cleaner. Just kind of any kind of brake cleaner, anything will take off, you know, paint that's not supposed to be there. And just give it a good rub. Yeah, oh, look on this side. It's kind of cruddy here. All right. All right. Probably the only chance we get to clean it because I don't know why there's like a little white. It's like a little white saliva thing. Look at that. We got this guy now. Now he's showing a little bit difficult. Okay, this is supposed to be brake cleaner, so it's supposed to be really abrasive, so be careful with your paint. I'm trying to clean this guy's gunk off of him. These bikes really attract dust pretty on quickly. I believe this loops in here. Probably flex this metal and get this guy out of here too, but that's fine. Just don't want to flex too much and bend them differently where he shouldn't be. All right. Continue back to where this guy was. Try to get all that little pieces of most of it anyway. See, it does come off. You can even kind of scrape it off now if you have some of that spray on there. Kind of helps easily. So let's try. So I wish it would just foam up and stay there, but it doesn't. So I'll have to wait for it for a second. Let's just go and wipe this guy off while he's still dry. The smells. Don't like that smell. The only one I really like is that mystery marble oil smell. I just smells like just a really nice, refreshing aftershave. I'm almost just tempted to really give it a lick and see how it really tastes like. I'm sure it's not going to taste exactly like a sweet syrup of any sort. It just looks like it smells like it would though. All right, so there we go. All right, so let's go and prepare to make sure that we can fit our housing. So we might have to move this guy back in here. Clean our exhaust a little bit because we need room. Oh, yeah, so maybe we do have to kind of lock him in here a little bit. He was laying on our, you can see when super glue dry, it turns a little white. Then that's fine. It's kind of like almost welding the plastic together, you could say. Look at that. All that area there we got covered. Now it doesn't mean that when we apply the bolt pressure again, you know, it might not pull apart again, but it's probably stronger than it would have been. You know, our ideal is to actually almost get to a nice solid like that guy here. Yeah, the washer can definitely do some damage to it, even though it helps us reinforces. There's no way around it. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and get this guy put on here, and let's see if this guy's going to interfere with us. We are going to line it, these guys here. We won't have to cut it yet. No worries there yet. But we eventually will start considering it. If this guy has a problem fitting in, let's go ahead and make sure all our wires are strapped down properly. Let's get this guy back into here. We'll look for his suitable replacement shortly. Finding one that's maybe a little bit taller. I'm not seeing it right now anyway. I'm only seeing the same one. So we might even maybe go with if this flat one's, well, actually, you know what? This flat one might work well. But what's the problem with this one is, it's kind of curved in. And it's actually smaller. This looks like an M5, well this is M6. So that still ain't gonna work. So, but we'll need to, nope. No, unfortunately these are not any taller, so we might have to go with the hex bolt if we can't find one that's a little bit longer, just a little bit longer than where he's at. But we'll see. We'll figure that one out soon. Make sure we should get our battery off by now, because I don't. Our battery usually sits right here, right? So it's really not at an area that it's supposed to be sitting anywhere. And besides, I think our battery is very low. I think because the alarm is still connected, it's probably draining a little. Even though I didn't put the alarm on, I didn't actually kept the alarm on. But let's see. I'm going to turn the on position. See, 13 volts still, luckily. But let's go and take this off. There we go. I usually take my ground one off first so let's create a loop, because ground one can fall anywhere. It can touch any piece of metal before we take our positive one off. I put the ground one on first. I take the ground one off first. That's just the way I do it. Okay. Oh, see, jolted me a little bit. All right, so we got that on there. Chưa thấy đã nè. No, anh đi mà tôi đã phong. Tôi đã cái rộp với bây giờ. Yeah, cha tông rồi. Yeah, anh đi mà tôi đã ấy. Anh come trong đang đã đôi mạch. Và mốc đã rồi đó. Lucky. I just say, wait a minute, didn't you just put this on and stuff like that? I said, no. We had it on originally, but we had to remove it to test it out. So that's why the Gibby's back off and everything. Yeah, so I wish it was on. It was posing to be on. But you know what's funny though? It actually looked way better when actually the little tail light extended out a little bit by 3 inches. So I don't know, it might come back and look kind of shorty when it actually come back actually where it's supposed to ride up to this front case area. But we'll see. So the battery's back off. Terminal's on there. Just to make sure, we'll put this here. Okay, so let's get our wires. Yeah, there's nothing gonna hurt it because there's no power area right now. You can see here we got quite a bit of access. In fact, here I should have showed you here. I don't know what I was thinking. You could have easily come from here and see the whole inside gut of the oil cooler and everything. See that? There you go. Well, sort of. If the resolution comes back for you. There you go. See that? Inside inspection. Coming back out. See, you can actually, well, so we can actually see our inside inspection. We're probably going to be able to, when we put the seat, it'll cover most of the side areas, but we can actually see most of our engine components still. This will be covered, unfortunately, because this guy's, you know, I don't know what you call it, his arms will be wrapped around like this, so his whole palm will be right here, wrapped up here before he swings back. I call this the back. This is the hammerhead front. And then I guess this is his sort of, you could say, tail fin or something. So yeah, so it's going to be covered up here. We didn't do too bad. I just want regretfully, I wish I dragged the, what do you call that? I wish I dragged the little cleaning microfiber. I wish I dragged the blue wire from our remote start for our alarm, bring it out here in this area, just in case we need to tap it. Or I could try to tap it again, but I don't think it'll probably cause any effect. I think it may be the short circuit of the close of the choke. That's what APM said might be a possibility. Because again, when we switched over PWK, we were not using our auto choke anymore, our electric choke. So our electric choke wire is still, I believe there he is. It's still hanging in there. And we'll save it, of course, if we ever switch back to our electric choke with our CBK setup. But in the meantime, we're not really using our electric choke wire. That usually will go from 2 wires here. You have a green and a yellow. It goes to your CBK auto choke wire harness. Remember the 2 electrical wires coming from your CBK? Those are the wire harness that's attached to your main auto choke wire. But this one has a manual auto choke, so we have to actually lift it by hand when it's cold weather. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I flooded it because the fuel's still on. That's okay. It's not a big deal. Not gonna kill nothing. Let's go ahead and get ready to prop this guy up. All this talk here, we're ready. So what I'm going to do is get these wires just kind of tuckly down because I just don't want to interfere with our troubleshooting. Not troubleshooting, but our configuration. So let me just go and tuck this guy down for right now. In fact, it might be even better just to come from underneath, really, like this. and then swing over like this really. But we'll see. We'll see which one's the best way. Just keep in mind though, if any moistures come, you want to make sure the drain loop is available for it to drip off and not lead it to an open path of creating rust in that area or something, or building water like these guys will probably do underneath here, unfortunately. But since we didn't silicone the bolts, I got a feeling that they will drip from the bolt threads and back out there where the hole in the bottom of the radiator is. See that little hole right there? All the way at the end of the tunnel. So that would be a good thing if it's parked in a nice inclined position like this, you know. If it's like this, then yeah, of course. But then you got all this other open area. So either way, we're gonna be good. It's got a lot of open area here for the engine to breathe, or for even us to work on the engine. I'm glad that Zenon actually made that way. If you look at it, you don't really have to take off the front too much. You can mostly get your head and everything off of here. If it actually clears this bar, unfortunately. This bar. That was the only reason why we couldn't take off our engine, because of this bar. And then the other one, we couldn't take off our CVT cover because of the other setup. So there we go. Let's go. Oh. All right. So anyways, putting some pressure here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and hold this right here, right? And I think we don't need this chair no more. It can be gone. And this guy right here can just hang out here with this guy. We're not worried that super glue is going to touch our cloth anymore because it's already been dried out already. So there we go. We're good here. We're going to come from behind. Let's make sure our Gibby wires are out of the way. We can put him somewhere safely. Alright, so this guy's still here hanging out. I just don't want him to be crushed. And I might be able to slap him into the Gibby, but in the meantime, since not, we'll put him up here on top. It's kind of arched with his legs right here. Oh, no. This is why I can put him in a secure path. This is fine. His legs aren't going to do anything to us. And actually, let's see which one of these rubber is going to be the best suitable one. You know what? Let's not open that yet. Let's go ahead and get that cover back on, as we talked about. So let me go and put this brake cleaner back. All right, here goes. This is the moment we've been waiting for, to properly fit this guy in here. We still won't get this guy on yet, because we already know the strut bars surpass him, so he's not going to really do any problem for us. And a good place for him would be to go underneath somewhere where he's not going to get crushed, because he looks like a guy that can get crushed pretty damn. I want to put it this way, because even then those carpet fibers sure are pretty rough on our stuff. So I'll put it this way. That way when we walk around, we don't actually snap on them and like, oh boy. Okay, here you are. Here's the tail end, which is the hammerhead head. Okay, so we're going to swing him around. Let me go ahead and set this camera up where I can do that with both hands carefully, because I need to actually support both of his side bodies there. Now we got this all dismantled complete. I think my sister would be very pleased to know when it's actually fully done. I think that's why she came. She's like, oh, didn't you almost got this and that done? Well, I'm excited to get it done also. But I want to do a nice job where I'm happy it's done, you know, up to the way spec-wise. Alright, so see here, you're going to see how much that the tail is going to come protruding. Alright, there we go. Okay, so here we go. You go and get that all squared away. Okay, turn it over. Alright, there we go. I gotta walk it over again. I'm gonna hold it two hands, prepare to support and hold the flaps. I can even come from up top now, but I need to actually come from the bottom sides, because I need to actually go low on it. Let's see where it's gonna fit. This guy would normally come in. So Okay, now I have to go higher. I didn't realize that. Okay, so it's curving. This is kind of really do a rough draft here. How it's actually coming in play. What's what? I think still got ways to go. So far, I'm going to show you this here is blocking. That's probably not something that we can correct. It's almost level, but it's got to rise up a little higher, of course, because this will need to feed into there and everything. But I just want to show you this real quick here. See how those studs there. I'm not positive yet on this, but this might be aligning. I don't think so, because these are too fat to be able to fit here, so they're not the same alignment holes here. One thing I can be concerned about, it might be a possibility that the binging might actually get in the way a little bit too. But thank goodness I don't think so, because it looks like he's gonna have to go around the binging anyway. There's no inner slit with him. I was afraid that when I tighten this, something else might have been here. So the binging might be clear. We don't have to worry about that yet. And once we get this hook, we're gonna see how much farther this get pushed back. You can see right here, if I'm not entirely mistaken, this thing needs to go down a little bit more, and this guy here will come bolting here, and I believe this guy here will come bolting here. So those are two. These guys are not going to be riding here, but at the same time, you can see here that our guy here needs to lift up, or else he'll be blocking. So let's go and lift him up, because right now he's blocking this angle here, this little piece of plastic, from fully engaging. Or maybe he's not really, because again, this needs to be dragged down, so this needs to level this way anyway, so he might not have to worry yet. Alright, so let's just do this to make sure. Okay, so I gotta get all these little rivets interlock, so they pretty much have to push from behind and then push forward toward the scooter front, and that's how they actually lock in. So let me go ahead and do that. Same thing with this one. So as soon as I get them into the position, this tie strap might be in the way, we'll snap it off, no problem there. It's already been pretty much supporting for the last 48 hours. More than 24 hours, that's for sure. So I think it should be enough there for the super glue to take its own position there. Yeah, it won't let me get in until I hit I have to take the white tie strap off at least, so that way I can get into that little hoop. Sorry, see that little hook there? He can't get in because the white tie strap is in there, and it's too much of a crowd for comfort, and I don't want to stretch that little piece of plastic to just put him in between with the white tie strap. Or I could, let's see, I might be able to. It'll be a little tight squeeze, because I think there's enough room for him and the little white housing, but I think it pushes all the way fully forward. So if it does push fully forward,